Hi viewers, thank you for watching Coherent TV. I'm your host Nale Fiona. This is the Pillow Talk Show. And today in the studio I have two beautiful ladies with me and we shall be discussing about STIs. Before we dive into the topic, I would like them to introduce themselves to you so that you get to know them. Hello.
Hello.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
What is your name?
My name is Alex.
Alex.
Babas, yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Where did you come from?
I come from Kawempe.
Kawempe.
Yes.
That is great. Hi.
Hello.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
What is your name?
I'm Miriam.
Miriam.
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
I come from Kawempe.
You're most welcome to Coherent Studios. Yes, our viewers, I would like to dive into our topic of discussion today. We want to know more about STIs. What are STIs? How can I get them? How can I prevent them? In this era where we are in right now, we hear many stories from university students, the youth out of school. They're talking about STIs. I was with my boyfriend, but I found out I got an infection. I got this, but I've been going into different facilities to get treatment, but I've failed to heal from it. So we would like to discuss about STIs. What is STI?
Thank you so much for that. You see, at the university, we have a lot of temptations. Especially we as young girls, and I'm very sure even the young girls out there would say the same thing. When you talked about, the students go to hospitals, they get treatment and all that. An STI is something that is an infection that any person can get through intercourse. Especially if the other partner had that infection, it is very much easier to transmit it to another person. So at campus or at university, I may be having like 4 boyfriends. One is going to give me food, one is for this, one is for the other one, for rent, you
shopping.
get. Exactly. So the person that will give me the infection is someone that I don't know. And you find I'm the one with it, I will transmit it to another person, and that person also transmit to another person. As long as I have sex with them, it is so much easier to, keep transmitting it. Yes.
So, Miriam, what kind of what is the most common STI among the university students?
The most common, it is HIV.
HIV. What about you, Alex?
When you say the most common, I think I would also concur with her. It is the most common, honestly, because HIV, moves very fast. The moment.
But then I hear there are some students complaining about syphilis, gonorrhea. I thought it is the most common because that is the common language you can find at campus.
Now, when it comes to syphilis, gonorrhea, it is a little bit different. How? You see, the moment someone has syphilis or that kind of infection, it is easier to tell. Through the signs that someone can get, you get. Maybe the fluid that is coming out of my vagina is not so clean and it is stinking, it smells badly. So it gets me with, you know what, let me go and check. When it comes to HIV, it's a bit different. It takes some time for someone to know. So that is why you'll find that at campus, someone tells you, I think I got syphilis or gonorrhea, but they don't talk about HIV because someone will get to know about HIV after like a month or 2 months or 6 months even without, because we don't test.
At some point, remember this gonorrhea, syphilis, you can protect yourself using a condom. So it is not much transmitted. But remember, even if you use a condom and you have HIV, sometimes you get cracks or sometimes through the kissing part, someone can easily contract it.
I really didn't know that through kissing you can also get STI.
Yeah, you can very well. How? Remember, you're sharing foods. You're sharing with any infected person. Sometimes it comes to someone is already having a wound, and you also accidentally, you're owning a wound without knowing. So in this case of kissing, you can easily contract.
So we have to be careful. Next time when I'm with my boyfriend, I'll just have to tell him to open his mouth and I check to see whether he doesn't have wounds.
No, like the good thing or the ideal thing that you can only do to your boyfriend, just go for checkups. Ensure 3 monthly checkup.
But this boyfriend of ours, they don't want to go for medical checkups.
That's what I was going to tell her. You see, let me give you an example. This is a guy who has 3 girls. You get? I come to you, you're my boyfriend. Okay, you're my girlfriend. I'll sleep with you. Tomorrow, I'm going to another person, and that person also knows that I'm their boyfriend. You get? If we test today, trust me, tomorrow you're not going to tell me to test. Because, why are you asking me to test 10 times? That means there is another person. No one wants that, me, I'm telling you.
Of course, but at least you can ensure 3 months. You just tell him, baby, let's go for checkup.
Those things do not work.
You can. At least 3 months regularly, like every after 3 to 4 months, you tell him, baby, we can go and do this. Let's go for checkup. Lovely.
To this boyfriend of ours we have nowadays, I don't think so. Unless you're lucky, Miriam.
Yeah, for me, I always tell him, let's go and check up. And he's free with it. Yeah, he even reminds you, Miriam, can we do the checkup this time or no?
Where can we also get such boyfriends? Because this is so wonderful.
But maybe I should say it's because we have grown up. Now, if you look back at yourself when you were still at campus, would you be able to tell your boyfriend that, you know what, let's go and test?
At campus? Like for even the first time I found him, I told him we should do the testing. And he
Are you
was
for real?
What was the reaction?
by the way, he was scared, yeah? And he just told me, testing. He told me, Miriam, I wanted to run away, but let's go and do it. But I think it is. If you do it, it is healthy. If you do it in a friendly way, you just tell him, we want to be sure. Yeah.
But then I would like to ask, what kind of words can I use to sweet talk that man to go for a medical checkup?
Exactly. That is what I was actually asking.
Like it goes back to the bond that you created at first. So if you created that environment that I'm free with you, I can easily speak out on this point, you definitely go to him and tell him.
Now you see, the problem is one. Even if you're close and the bond is okay, and the guy is going to think that you maybe think they are cheating on you, because if I'm sleeping with you alone, Miriam, why are you asking me to go for that testing?
So apart from kissing and apart from the intercourse, is there any way I can acquire STIs?
STIs basically are through sex. Yes, of course there are other infections, but when you're talking about STIs, we are looking at sex that is sexually transmitted.
Even oral sex, I can get STIs.
Yes. And I know most of us young people have oral sex.
You alone.
Miria, you mean you've never done oral sex?
I've never. With God my witness, I've
How
never.
about your boyfriend asking you doing that?
Not really, has never done that.
Have you ever seen that thing that says if they say that your parents should watch your life, would you agree that your parents would sit on a camera and watch your Miriam?
There is a certain girl, she was in church, and then pastor said, if you know you're a virgin, please stand up. This girl remained seated, and the mother was like, yeah? What are you doing? When I just sent you to the university for studies, you mean you're not a virgin?
You were exploring.
Yeah, you are exploring. Busy explore. Please stand up.
So that parents also forget that when you go to university, you have to explore.
They know.
They just pretend.
They expect you to be, to be that humble.
But then also, girls, why don't you be humble? Because when you carry an STI, then you reach to an extent you can't afford to pay for the bills. Then you're like, mommy, I'm sick. I'm in the hospital, maybe. Because some of the young girls deceive their parents. I'm in the hospital, but I need some treatment, but the bill is expensive. I can't afford. Now, maybe your parent can ask, what is it? Then you're like, maybe syphilis or gonorrhea. Because our parents, some of them, they don't know. Maybe she acquired it through bathrooms. These guys, they share bathrooms. What?
Should I ask Fiona? Fiona, can you really tell your mom that I have syphilis or gonorrhea?
Can you? Why not? Because I'm sick and I need money.
Let me tell you. The fact that I'm sick and I know what I'm suffering from, and I know my parents are going to judge me, I'm not going to tell them.
Of course, you will bring another thing. I have malaria, severe malaria. I have typhoid.
But then you guys, you're forgetting that we have these parents of ours. Some of them, they're like, maybe they don't know the difference between STIs and UTIs. Then the parent will think that maybe she got it through the bathroom. You guys, they share a bathroom, the toilet. What?
This time round, people are informed, including our parents. There is no way you're going to tell her, I have gonorrhea. Of course, she'll go to the neighbor, even if she doesn't know. My child has gonorrhea. What does it mean? Yeah? So she comes back to you and calls, hey, you're busy having sex at the university. You get, yeah? So there is how you can tell her.
So I've been all these years wondering. I hear people talking about Chizimba, Kabotongo, Chinanansi. So I would like to know, what is Chizimba? What is Chinanansi? Is it syphilis, gonorrhea?
What is Chizimba? What is Chinanansi? So syphilis, that is Kabotongo. Yeah, then gonorrhea, that is Inziku. Then genital warts, that is Chinanansi.
Does it appear in form of a pineapple?
It like over how? But I think the man on the camera will bring the exact picture of what genital warts is.
Because I thought you guys who went through university or are still at campus, they can defy. When you try to look at yourself, then you're like, this thing, I've got a Chizimba. I think it is.
We have never contracted them.
Are you sure?
Even if someone contracts it, they cannot tell you. You get anything to do with their private parts. Most people are so
They are private.
They just keep it private. They're not going to.
Yet you share them with your 4 boyfriends.
My dear, you can't call someone that, come and see, I got gonorrhea. Hey, what's that? Of course you can't. You can't. Even if it's your closest friend, even if it's your best friend, even if it's your boyfriend,
Because
you can't tell him.
wait. Because I thought when you go for treatment, they check.
Yeah, and you see.
So when they check, themselves can tell you know what, Alex, you have a chinana.
Now let me tell
Then
you.
according to the signs you have.
Let me tell you. When I go to the hospital, themselves will tell me this is what the problem is. You get? That is between me and themselves. I'm not going to go out and I start telling the person, you know what, my friend, when I reached the hospital, Musao told me I have chinanas. Because how?
Because I wanted our viewers to know those signs and symptoms. I can get to know that I have an STI. Okay, before we go into that, let's go for a short break. We shall come back and start from where we've stopped. Welcome back from that short break. Our dear viewers, before we went for that, we had a question to our guests. What are those signs and symptoms a person can get to know that I'm having an STI? Miriam.
So first, we have the itching. You feel that discomfort down there. You always just want to scratch the private parts. Then we have the discharge. You always see the abnormal discharge coming out. Yeah.
But we have these girls who don't know the kind of discharges which come out of themselves. How can I know that this discharge is for an STI or it is a normal one?
Now you see, when it comes to what comes out of our vaginas, I'm very sure we all know that common one. You get to some point. Maybe leave alone. I think there are some women or some girls that do not know the kind of fluids that come out of them. Those ones are also there. But most of us at least do know. There is that whitish fluid that normally comes out of the private parts. However, when you start seeing the yellowish, sometimes it is even brown. It is
even greenish.
It can be greenish, yellowish, and it smells badly, by the way. It smells badly. That is a sign. I think some people out there may be thinking, so Alex, you have you have experienced all those things. But as girls, we always talk about anything, right? You can even be telling, you know what, do you know that yesterday I got this kind of, I hope I'm safe.
In the hostel, someone tells you, do you know what, Miriam, I am saying that discharge that is getting out of me today, it is different, yeah?
Then you start advising yourself.
And you're like, which discharge did you get? What color? How does it smell? And then we even know how to advise ourselves. We are not even health providers.
Girls, maybe are girls. So she has talked about itching. You know that sometimes you can all ladies, even some gentlemen. Some people experience some kind of itching. You can be there, then you feel like you want to scratch yourself, and then but you're in public. You first look around to see if there's no one listening. Then you start scratching yourself. Is that itching commonly for STI, or it can also be something else?
The itching that I think itching also differs because a girl can shave. And then it itches, especially when they're growing up. It is itching. Then there is also an itching of a urinary tract infection. The UTIs, I think we know I think most people know UTIs. You can get it if you squat on a toilet, and us girls, it is so common. I just squat on a toilet, and a person who was there had a UTI. I also come up with a UTI, and then I have to first turn around. I remember there was a time I was in town. I was on a boat. And then there is a girl that I don't know, she must have been maybe okay, but the border guy told me, I think that girl is mentally not okay. Look at her. The girl was busy scratching.
And it causes a lot of discomfort, especially when you are around people, yeah? You look for where to scratch yourself. And
At first, I didn't know that even shaving can cause itching because, okay, sometimes it happens to everyone. Because I thought at first, whenever I get that itching, it is the STI. But I didn't know that also shaving can do that.
Yeah, shaving does. It causes it. Remember, people are using different things to shave, yeah? Someone can use a razor blade. Do you know that razor blade even causes this? They are swollen, yeah? Swollen parts around your V. You can easily cut yourself. So all that can cause the itching.
Imagine scratching yourself in public. So do you think condoms can reduce on the STIs?
Yeah, condoms do, because I think, like I talked about it earlier, we get these infections through, sex and what have you. So having a condom on, it protects you from getting the infection from your partner in case they had it. So they are very protective.
And remember, a lot of fluids are not entering, yeah? Remember we said it is exchanged through body fluids. So remember, you're using a condom and fluids are trapped, yeah? So the chances are highly reduced.
Also, there is something I wanted to say about condoms. You see,
but you see, these youth of ours, especially those ones at campus, even those ones out of school, I guess, they don't want to use condoms. They're like, I want to enjoy it. I want to feel every part of you. Now, why do you want me to use a condom because of an STI?
Let me first tell you something about those condoms. You see, I think I've had I may have not had like an experience myself, but at least I've had stories through, girls and all that. Someone tells you, I used a condom, but after using a condom, it started itching. You get?
I also had the same questions to you.
It started out of nowhere, and then it is itching. And then because of that means I will not use a condom again. Just like you asked, why are young people, even at campus or even out of school, not using condoms? That is one of the reasons. Because if it is itching, what makes you think that tomorrow I'm going to look for a condom? And
of course, you just need to try on something else, because we have a lot of condoms on the market. We have the Kiss condoms. We have is it Lifeguard? I hear Smanya, which kind? There are very many. So if I told this time around to use Kiss, and maybe it fails, the next time try to use Lifeguard.
See, young girls, we love going live. Yeah, I'm telling you. Because and then we are not even thinking about the STIs. You're not thinking about I'm going to get HIV. You're not thinking about the pregnancy. For you, the only thing you're thinking about is enjoying that time.
And some people do react to this condom. The condom is the latex, yeah? So people do react to it, and that latex, it is what causes itching. So, but you can use the those ones, the condoms with no latex.
I think I've heard of plastic condoms or something. They're not out of leather. It is something else. There was some that I heard of made of ships, something like that, maybe.
So can you trust your partner, Miria, okay, like you get to know that your partner is having an infection, he's having an STI, let's assume that HIV or syphilis. Can you trust that partner, and then next time you go alive?
No, for me I can't. Why? Because I'm not carrying it, and we first tested the first time we met, you didn't have it, yeah? This time around you're coming along with it. Of course I can't trust you. You have slept somewhere.
So that means that there is no more sex between you people.
You first heal, and we talk about it.
This girl, Alex.
Even if it is me, I'm telling you, I cannot. Because where did you get it from?
Okay, let's assume it is you having it. Then you've just found out that you're having an infection, but then your partner is coming to see you tonight. Then do you really sit down and tell my boyfriend, you know what? It is like this and this. There is no sex.
At that time, it is a UTI.
Viewers, you're seeing how girls are saying
Let me
this.
tell you. Anyway, that you see,
Like you look for somewhere and then you pay this. I'm going back.
you can even get your peas on that day, by the way. Yes. I can
That's-
tell you
but-
in
but-
my period.
That Alex has just told us that time it becomes a new
And you
chair.
see, if it is a UTI, let me tell you, if it is a UTI, that means I'm not going to sleep with you.
If he finds out that you were lying, the relationship is ceasing.
How will he find out? How will he find out? It is me and you.
Okay,
Do you think
it's like this. Because she has said that night the boyfriend will come. So if the boyfriend comes, it becomes a new child that moment. Or maybe,
Let me tell you.
okay, let's assume he has forced you into sex, then you have it. Then maybe after some time he gets the itching or the signs, then he goes for treatment, he finds out that he's also having an infection. So he comes back to you know what, Alex?
Now you
I found out that I'm having an infection.
Now you see that becomes a huge problem. In the first place, I will not allow to have sex with you. I just said a UTI, but a UTI can be like a get pass. You get the fact that I have a UTI. That means the high chances of you getting it. So if you get itching tomorrow, it is because you forced me into sex. Yet I told you I have a UTI. You get? So if I've told you, please, just let it slide for tonight.
This goes back to Alex. Do you think you're going to heal in one day? Just in one day, you're going to heal? This guy is going to tell you, the last time you told me you had a UTI. It is now a month. Do you think, where do I sleep? What do you think?
That is where I was going. You see, even if I have a UTI, UTI cannot heal in one day. You get treatment for a week.
But
on
this
UTI.
boyfriend of ours, some of them, they don't know what does it mean having a UTI. So he can't know that it will take a month or a week.
Now you see, it is very important. It is very, very important to test with your partner. Or to go to a hospital with your partner. Why? Because when you're in the hospital, the health workers will tell this person, you have to wait to have sex with your person for this period of time. You get? So that gives you a gap.
And this boyfriend of ours, do you think he'll wait for all that period?
Now you use a condom, matter if he is not patient.
Of course, the condom comes in. Yeah, if he's not patient, the condom comes in.
So can vaccines also prevent STIs?
Yes. How? There are some STIs that can be prevented when you get vaccinated. For example, the hepatitis. The vaccines for hepatitis, in order for one not to get hepatitis. And I think that is more preventable. I haven't heard of a vaccine for HIV.
Hepatitis is also got through sex.
It is sexually transmitted.
My dear viewers, did you know that? You didn't tell us. Like for the examples of the STIs, you didn't talk about. So some of the viewers out of there, they didn't know that it is also go through sex.
Yeah, it is. It is go through sex. But of course, if you have not been to the hospital and you're not in the medical field, I mean, how are we supposed to know these things? Sure. You get? But
the government should come in, create more awareness about STIs, gives a list of what STIs are, what are the examples, what are the symptoms, so as to create awareness out there for these people.
That is why we also bring such topics to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have got to know about these. So I also have a question. How can youth at higher institutions have safe sex with their partner? Because, when we are at campus, our bodies can be demanding. You want to adventure, explore. You've talked about temptations. You want to get rent. You want to get food. You talk about shopping. You saw your friend Alex is dressing in a nice way. So I want. How can I also get that dress? I have to get it. So how can I have safe sex at campus?
I think it still comes back to a condom. Let us use condoms as much as possible. Then also we need to go out to the hospitals and get treated. If you're not feeling well, don't fake it. just because you have 10 boyfriends who are going to give you a car and food and what, you also need to be
So
safe.
you want me to foot when I know that I have a boyfriend who wants to give me a car? Automatically I have to get that car.
Another thing, it comes back to trust. Yeah, for me, I love trusting. At least just have that one pattern that you trust.
And this Miriam is so holy.
Miriam, you're so holy indeed. Because when it comes to campus life, having one partner is hard.
No, like it's girls who make life hard for themselves.
But I think Miriam,
To my perspective, having a lot of pattern, like it is really like it doesn't give a conducive environment. First, you're going to be thinking this one is calling, I'm with this one is calling. You get it?
so that means that if at all I'm financially not okay, I have to look for that boyfriend.
That is
I get
financially
one,
okay.
but who is financially okay? That you think is
You're
he
going to get that boyfriend, Miriam.
It's financially okay.
at campus?
You raise your standards. Yeah.
When you're not financially
When you're not
raise your standards.
my dear, like we all came from families that we are not financially okay. However, you also look around, you're not financially okay. Please don't go for that person.
That means that Miriam, you're telling me I borrow a dress from Alex because I want to. I look good so that I can get that boyfriend who is financial.
If it requires that, get it from her. You know, yeah? Down there in downtown, you can get good nice dresses at 2K. Yeah? Buy your dresses, like 3 of them, put them on, move around.
But the quality of them, Bana, that Bend and Buy boutique. Miriam.
A good nice dress.
Let me tell you something, Miriam. But as you're talking about, it is more of like kwetega and get someone who is financially okay. Don't forget that even these people are financially okay. There are chances that they also have other people.
Sugar mummies.
No, like having other people, like it's not the case. But just imagine, Alex, first imagine, yeah? You have 4 boyfriends. Among those, can't you just identify, like, I've looked around, but I can just concentrate on
But even those 4 boyfriends, all of them, they might not be financially okay, but I'm just trying to hang around.
Banange, yeah? At least you identify that one person. Why do you look for people who are not financially okay? Girls, yeah? Please come on. Don't look for that one person who is going to...
I think when it comes to that also, you see, even the person who is financially okay has 3 girlfriends. At the end of the day, they're going to bring the infection to you. So now how are you protecting yourself?
The one you trust.
So I have a question. Can STIs be cured?
Yeah, they can.
Really?
Like some of them, if at all we adopt the vaccine part, for example, hepatitis, if you go in for vaccine, you can easily heal. Gonorrhea, it can be treated. However, there is this case of HIV. HIV is not curable, and I always give advice to my girls out there. At least protect yourself. First, if you can't protect, take this man and you check. Please don't sleep with him. At least put on 4 trousers and go and visit and see.
Miriam, do you know what it means? Going to visit that man for the first time. Then maybe you visit that man in his own house. Then it's like trying to seduce you. Then you're like,
Why do you go alone in the first place? Why do you go alone?
we've been dating for like years, but we've not been.
Like for me, at the first time we haven't tested. I don't know you. I've just met you. Why should I come alone? If at all you rape me, you know. Go with a friend. Go with a
Miriam
friend.
is so holy.
With you. Yeah. I'm so scared.
Well, this has been really an interesting topic of discussion. I would like to request my guests to give last remarks to you, our viewers out here. Alex, what last remarks would you like to give those youth out of school, youth in school, everyone?
My dear youths, my dear age mates, out there. At the end of the day, it is your life, it is your health. You get. So you need to protect yourselves. However much, we talk about these things because we went through it. It was age, it was all those things. But some people do make mistakes out of them. So you need to protect yourselves. Use condoms as much as possible. Do those checkups as much as possible. Yes.
Miriam.
Yeah, to my dear youths, to my fellow youths, I would like to advise you, at least if at all you can't protect yourself, you can't abstain, you feel it can't be, just go for checkup. Take that boyfriend, and please do not pile boyfriends around you. First, they will hinder your education. You will be limited because you're already thinking here and there, you get. However, if it comes, you have one boyfriend and you would like to have sex, please go in for it when it is protected. First, you're going to hinder yourself from getting STIs. Like unwanted pregnancies are protected. You can't conceive at when you're still at campus, when you are told if at all you have the protected part of sex. And another thing, at least if at all it all goes bad, I heard of Antikaki. Call in at Antikaki.
Also, Antikaki has reached your area, Kawen.
The
Coherent has really done a great job.
Yeah, just call in. I think those people give relevant advice. They will advise you.
Thank you very much. She has talked about Antikaki, and before we close this show, I would like to really read these numbers out to you. In case you're having infections, you're getting all the signs and symptoms, they have at least tried to talk about the itching, the discharge. You can contact Antikaki and get some counseling. If it is a referral, you get a referral to a certain hospital. You get treatment for HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, all the STIs that I've talked about. Our numbers, M10 is 800-247-247. Airtel is 0800-347-347. Otherwise, it has been really a great show. Thank you. More is coming up on Coherent TV. Don't dare touch your remote. Stay on Coherent TV. Thank you. Don't forget, this is the Pillow Talk Show. Bye-bye. We meet next time.